Well, let's get started by talking
Let's
about the first dance. Amy and Derek doing the rumba. And rumba. Well, you know, and we start right off with her relationship issues, and I just was like, oh, this is sad. And then he's in the audience, and they kept flashing back to him.
I know, they did.
And then my boyfriend was watching with me last night, and he's like, oh, he probably feels bad. Like,
I bet he does, where they're all listening
and then
to
they're
the
like,
package.
Flash. But obviously... I thought it was a really gorgeous and sexy rumba.
It was such a pretty rumba. I was actually really surprised that Amy got into that, to be honest with you, because she is so strong and she's such a fighter and she goes through so much anyways. I was really kind of surprised that she had brought that up.
It was very personal.
It was very, very personal. I mean, it was, you know, it was cool. I'm sure many people can relate. That's a very... it's a tough thing, and we all, you know, everybody's been through stuff like that, so it's good to hear, but it was just surprising.
It was. Sorry, what do you think of the rumba?
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the microphone, guys.
I know.
Sorry, is anyone else?
Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, no, it was absolutely beautiful, stunning. You know, about her being injured, the body locking up, I know what that feels like, and I can only imagine, you know, what kind of pain she's in. And I know it's her rib now, right?
Yeah, her rib has popped out.
Ooh.
Ouch. Not painful.
No, that
sounds horrible.
Was that?
Yeah, it was announced today.
Yeah, today.
Amy, she had an injury after, and she didn't. She thinks, you know, it's been bothering her, but she said it was her shoulder. But when she went upstairs, when she was climbing up the stairs, like she moved her head a weird way, and something
cracked.
Everything cracked and popped. So
well, yeah. I mean, I would assume that her body has to compensate so much for, you know, not having feet and ankles.
But that was beautiful.
Yeah. What she did in Rumba was phenomenal. And I'm not just talking about Rumba. I'm talking about generally, just in life. You know, she has to constantly, her body has to be clever and figure out ways to, like she said, you know, in the jive, she, you know, all the kicking action was her hip flexors and thighs and not like so much feet and knee action, which is actually what we are taught to do. And in the Rumba, it was really surreal for me to see it because I'm such a purist when it comes to rumba and beautiful foot action that, you know, but with this girl, like, you can't give her comments on foot action because it's like, hello. But everything else, though, if you just take that and don't worry about the foot action or foot technique, everything else was really spot on. I mean, her lines, her musicality, her emotion. It was a proper rumba. That's what Len said.
I think the dynamics of the rumba also were amazing. You saw a lot of sharp moments and you saw a lot of smoothness. But what I found while I was watching it is I didn't even pay attention. I forgot that she has 2 prosthetic legs.
Yes.
Because she dances so well.
Yeah.
I think the last few weeks I've forgotten. I'm done. I'm
totally
over it.
forgot.
Yeah.
Except for the end. By the way, I love the leg hold at the end. That was beautiful.
It was very beautiful.
Yeah.
Is this, by the way, is this loud enough? Because I feel like...
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
feel
You can
like,
bring it in.
I'm
the-
pretty
by the way-
soft-spoken, I feel like.
By the way, Hightower, the glasses. What's going on with the glasses?
Oh, I just suddenly got really bad eyes
No.
and had to get glasses.
No.
We love the
It looks
glasses.
cute.
I think it's super cute.
Yeah.
Well, let's go into the judging.
They're
Because there's one
fake.
thing I want to say about Carrie Ann and Abba. She calls them out on lifts one week and then doesn't call them out on lifts
Right?
the next week. What are we
Story
doing?
of my life, being on Dancing with the Stars. I'm not kidding you. I feel like I got called out so many times. And maybe because there was 2 like really prominent times that I was just like, that was so clearly not a lift that it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating.
But she's doing it to the
watch.
same couple
It's annoying.
too. It's really annoying because I'm
annoying.
like, make
But
up
don't
your
you
minds.
think she maybe listened to our comments? Remember how we were kind of on her a little bit, like, no, don't patronize her. If you feel like you need to judge her as everybody else, judge her like everybody else. You're like, oh, you contender, but then I'm gonna patronize you. I'm actually glad that she was like, I'm gonna call you out on this lift. Good, call her out on the lift like everybody else, because the fact is, she's good. It's like you don't have to give her a little pet on the shoulder.
Yeah, she's proven herself. I think we've all kind of moved on from that. And sneaking in the studio, Julz Tocker. Hello.
Hi, Julz Tocker.
Good evening.
Hi, fancy you can join us, Jules.
Hi,
We'd
lovely to be back. I've missed my Tuesday.
We
afternoon
missed you.
bunk. I know.
We'd love to hear your thoughts on Amy
I
and
know.
Derek's rumba.
Amy and Derek. I thought this piece was actually, again, Derek was really clever. He used all the bits and pieces that Amy could do. I feel like I'm kind of seeing that every week though. But, I mean, she is restricted with what she can do. And Derek is doing a good job at trying to get those things out that she is capable of doing.
But yeah.
And I liked there's a lot of close hold positions.
Well, I think when it comes down to it, I think the only things that we're really missing are the fan positions in a Rumba. I don't think he's taking away that much. I think he has to hold on to her because she can't have as good a balance.
No, of course, but
She
I
doesn't
enjoyed
have
seeing
even
that
heels.
actually for a change.
But it was very
a fan
close
and
hold.
bits and pieces like
Yeah, but
that.
she
Yeah.
can't-
Exactly. What can she do? She can't.
can't
So
do
what
that.
I'm saying is that I appreciated what Derek did, and I liked seeing a closed hold, more basic. She did great kukaracha actions. Her hips were moving
Amazing
around. I was like,
reaction.
babe, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually enjoyed this piece.
I love that. Babe, this is really, really good, Amy.
Babe, Amy.
So
Babe, Amy.
It's really good, babe. Yeah.
we will send good wishes for good health on her because we've
Yeah.
got lots of rib things going on in this cast.
God.
36.
Season injury time.
Yeah, it is that time of the year. Okay. So we had Team Vida, which was Charlie, James, Nene, and then Team Loca, which was Candace, Amy, Meryl, and Danica. So let's start off with Team Vida first.
Okay,
Sorry.
I just have to say, first of all, let's be honest. When I don't know if it was Val or somebody said that it was like MJ, Larry Bird, Wilt
Yes.
Chamberlain, and Kobe Bryant against the other team.
Yes, correct.
It was funny. And let's be honest, the
But
other
true.
team didn't stand a chance. People
No.
didn't
Not
didn't
a
stand
chance
a
in
chance.
hell.
Derek's never lost a team group dance. So anyway,
Yes.
but going back
Team
to Vida.
Vida. Yeah, go
I
to
want to
Vida.
say their costumes helped a lot.
Oh
I
my
love the
gosh.
costumes,
I love
and
their
they helped a
costumes.
lot.
They did.
The blue, like it really did for me. I don't know why, because I think I was
pop,
kind
yeah?
of bored. Not bored, but kind of
It felt
throughout
long.
the whole.
That
It felt really
that,
long.
That felt very long. It's like
Very.
and it goes and it goes and it goes.
And they were
which is
racing to
not a-
this end of the stage
which
and that
is
end.
not a good sign.
No, and it just kind of, there are parts of it that fell really flat for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I think what they did well, though, I think all things considered, I'm imagining myself being on their team and seeing what they had as opposed to the other team had to
Yes.
work with. I mean,
Right.
the other team had,
they were stacked.
Better dancers.
they were stacked. They were
Except-
stacked.
except
Better
Charlie.
dancers. I mean, they had a lot going against them, but I think they did a good job. I think they were very clever with the transitions. I think there was a lot of intricacies in the performance that you saw that made it interesting, and the costumes definitely helped.
Yes.
I love the costumes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're going against
Well
the other
said,
team.
though. I mean, well said, though, that what they had to work with is what they had to work with.
That's exactly.
And-
And to be honest, I think it's a heads up having 4 couples on your on your side, because you can do more with 4 couples than you can with 3.
That's why they would have felt longer.
It makes it look more more full, more.
You can fill up the
Continuous,
stage
yeah.
more and everything.
Yeah, you can
And
do
that is
more
kind of unfair to
formation.
have 4 versus 3 on top of all of that.
Yeah.
I completely
Especially
agree.
those 4.
Oh, those 4, you've got all
those 4.
professional males to start with.
Yes.
So therefore, they have got all full control. If she steps out of time or in the wrong place, bang, smack, she's back in the right place. So you've got full control. Therefore, they ain't gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
Can I throw this out there? Because normally you guys, the pros are normally there helping to pick the teams, and they let the celebs pick the teams themselves. Do you think it would have wound up a little bit differently?
You know, I think
100%.
there's always like night of team. I think there's always like certain pros who make like certain alliances with the other pros,
Well-
and you know, certain pros would be like, "All right, bro,
That's
you're
clear.
on my team." I mean, they all do. They all make these alliances.
I
and
do.
Brothers
so,
and brothers.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
having it in the celebrities' hands makes it
it
completely
up.
different. Because
I think it's a good idea. I mean, I got
pros at the end of the day are going to choose who's.
I think
who's-
they wanted Cheryl. What's her name? Meryl. And Charlie against each other.
that's what it was.
100%.
Yes.
So that was definitely going to happen, I think. No
But then
matter
you
what.
have Meryl picking Derek and having Mark and having the brothers. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, if you sit there and go through, sometimes there's alliances and
And
there's
someone
cliques
from
and-
the losing team, generally every time this has happened, goes home.
Right. Usually.
Generally.
Yeah,
That's
all
how
of
it
Team
is.
Vida was in jeopardy. Come on, that was great television.
Amazing. Yeah. I
Plans
got
television.
Well, I think that celebrities picking is good. I think that's
Yeah.
great. I actually got into trouble once by suggesting to my celebrity who to pick, and like we had a fight after that, and he said,
Who was your celebrity?
that?
I'm not gonna say who he was.
Was it Evan Lysacek who was in studio
I'm
last
not
night?
gonna say who he was, but hey,
We'll find out after.
you know, it was kind of because they want to feel like it's like my team, and I want to feel like it's it's kind of a good moment for them, you know, like they get to choose who it is, because the celebrities hear from the pros and what to do and have to do and when to do all the time, that this is probably like one of their chances where they could really actually step it up and be a little bit more responsible for the end product. That you could see Meryl kind of doing that and being like, well, why don't we do this? And then Mike's was like, wow, look at you, like choreographing a dance. Yeah, he's like, where that came from. So I think that was probably fun for them all to do that.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Team Loca, which they didn't do live, although they did do live, but
We
Derek
just
didn't
didn't
have
see it.
Amy. We didn't see it, but we got to see the dress rehearsal. I mean, it was like a full stage production. It was like a Broadway show, I kind of felt like.
I felt like I'd seen it before somewhere. I don't know why. Not that I had, but I just felt like...
It's a familiar theme, I think.
Yeah,
you know?
I just feel like it was just so well done. I just thought, you know, the first thing I thought, geez, have I seen it?
You could have been at the Kit Kat Club watching Cabaret.
Yeah,
and
no,
doing
seriously,
dancing.
you know.
It was very, very well
it was
done.
wicked.
I think because at the end of the day, you cannot compare the two of the teams.
No.
I mean,
Qualities, yeah.
it was, you know, they were both great, but I think at the end of the day, Team Loca was gonna win. So I think maybe we should judge it on the sexiness factor instead.
Well, sexiness factor than
I
Team
think-
Vida.
Well,
Team Vida for sure.
Team Vida had James with his shirt open.
Sexy.
I found
Sexy.
Loca sexier.
But I mean, at the end of the day, Loca ended all 4 boys without their shirts on.
Did they make Charlie like shave or wax his chest? By the way?
Must
Did you guys see that?
I mean,
everybody
Nene,
shaved
I
and waxed,
mean,
Tony, everybody.
Because Charlie had a bunch of hair in the package, and then all of a sudden he is like clean as a whistle.
Wait, can we
They
just
might
take
have done.
notice to the fact that Nene ended on Tony straddling him
I
at the end
I
of
was
Team
like-
Vida? That happened.
I know. I was like, she is a tall woman, so that's, and he's got a bad back too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's hard.
I mean,
but he's got those new muscles.
He's got the new muscles to
So
strengthen
he's
his back.
okay.
It's not
wait,
easy.
has he been weightlifting or
Oh
something?
no, he's training twice a day for the last several
shakes.
months, and protein.
is
Like,
that why
yeah.
they had his
He's
shirt off
jacked.
last night?
That's why he's allowing himself to have his shirt off and wanting
For the
it
third
as
time.
much as possible off.
Hey, enjoy
awesome.
it while you have it, man. Enjoy
Exactly.
it.
Yeah,
If you got
exactly.
it, flaunt it.
Good for
Yes.
Tony.
All
Good
right,
for him.
So we did say